Hey guys, Peter here to do an EP review. Today I'm here to tell you about the latest from August Burns Red Guardian Sessions EP, out April 16th on Fearless Records. This release has 6 tracks, 27 minutes in length, and it features a couple of B-side tracks, covers, and some songs that are revised, if you will. They were originally released in Guardians, the full-length album. Now, I really like the idea behind this EP. It's super creative, super eclectic. It goes in a lot of different directions. There's 3 different sessions, if you will, within the overall release that really breaks it down and gives you different glimpses in terms of what this band can do. And everything they can do is on full display across all 6 tracks. Their creativity, the way they construct songs, and the way they deliver them to their fans. Now, these songs perhaps would never see the light of day if you're looking just as releasing full-length albums. Full-length albums have certain parameters, certain guidelines, certain restrictions that you have to obey by because you want to make it cohesive, you want to make the experience of listening to the album very fluid, very dynamic, but staying together. You don't want songs that kind of break the soundscape or break the routine in the mechanisms that the album has. I feel like every single song on this release would do that on any given album that August Burns Red has released. So now let's get a little bit deeper. Let's go through all 6 songs, but we're going to break them into 3 different sections because I really believe that there's 3 different sections within this EP. The first one is the 2 B-side tracks, the 2 brand new songs that were recorded at the time of Guardians. They just felt very different for the band, so they didn't include them on that release, and I can understand why. The first one is Standing in the Storm. Great guitar sound, groovy, it weaves in and out, it mixes heaviness and melody extremely well, really connects those 2 worlds almost to perfection, and the vocals become the perfect partner to the overall soundscape that the track has, really helping guiding the experience, if you will. The guitars are very eclectic, very groovy, pulling you in a lot of different directions, and you're going to get 2 different sides. There's a middle bridge towards the end of the track that really breaks this song into 2 different worlds, if you will, what came before and what comes after. But they're not disconnected because that bridge really allows the 2 worlds to come together, and the song becomes very dynamic, very fluid, and very continuous from that perspective. It just has a little bit of a pause or a reset, if you will. Next is Icarus, that features Dustin Davidson on clean vocals, the first time that he's done that on an August Burns Red album. So right away, by that feature alone, you could see that this would be a hard fit for Guardians. But here, perfect. It's exactly what an EP is for. I love this song. It's super dynamic. It has some speed bumps. It's direct in its approach, and I like that. It drives you straight forward. It has great tempo, great mobility, but like I said, some speed bumps along the way. It's not ups and downs. It's just bumpy as you progress it, and you need that because you need certain things to change your perception of the track, to change your eyesight as you move along it so it doesn't become repetitive, and that happens musically and it happens vocally. But the DNA of August Burns Red is still deeply entrenched in this song, so there's not a lot of things that are pulling you away from what the band is originally known for, but there's still enough new material there to make you scratch your head and really enjoy a different approach to making a song. Then you get into that middle section that has the covers. It has Chop Suey and Westworld. First of all, I love Chop Suey. I love this cover because it feels to me that this is the right approach for a cover. It keeps a lot of the original material intact, but it gives the DNA of the band a huge boost. It makes the songs feel slightly different. For example, if you've never heard the original, if you've been living under a rock all these years and you listen to this version for the first time, you would totally feel like this is an August Burns Red song. It sounds like an August Burns Red song. It feels like an August Burns Red song. So from that perspective, in my opinion, is what makes this a perfect cover. Keeping the old world alive while making it feel new and fresh and revigorated. And that's exactly how this Chop Suey cover comes across. Now, Westworld is the theme song of the TV series, so it's their take on that theme song, and to me, this is the weakest song on this EP. I just felt like it lacked something. It lacked a little bit of emotion. It felt a little bit flat. It felt a little bit disconnected with everything that came before and with everything that comes after. It just almost doesn't feel like belong there. It feels like it's more of a throw-in, and it just doesn't have what I was expecting from it. And like I said, it doesn't have the same emotional drive that you get, from example, from Chop Suey, the other cover on this release. Then after that, you have 2 songs that were originally released in Guardians, but now you're going to get them in an instrumental format, but a much different instrumental format than what you got musically in the original tracks. The first one is Paramount. I love the sound, I love the drive, There are some vocals in it. I don't know if you would call them vocals. There's some humming in it, but still I would consider this an instrumental track. It feels really stripped down. It almost has a Western vibe to it, and how it sounds and how it feels and the atmosphere that it carries. The guitars are just outstanding. They get better and better as you progress through the track. Last but not least, you have Extinct by Instinct, a song that follows the same pattern of going towards that acoustic format and allowing the guitars to drive the experience and drive the sound and drive the overall approach. But in this track, I felt that the atmosphere that it created was much different from what you got out of Paramount. In Paramount, it felt a little bit more Western. In this one, it feels a little bit more Hispanic, a little bit more folk, Hispanic driven as far as the atmosphere, as far as the sound, as far as the essence of the track itself. But it sounds absolutely phenomenal. I love the raspiness that it has in the guitars, how raw they sound, how raw they feel, but it really carries. It's a song that really transports you, that allows you to lose yourself within it, and the beauty that it has, and the emotion that it carries, and everything that surrounds it. This is it. This is August Burns Red, Guardian Sessions EP, out April 16th on Fearless Records. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.